you know, true journalism is like a lost art, you know, where the audience is, you know, really getting to kind of come into your world. You know, that's something that I feel like is really uniquely in my history as far as, you know, being able to come across people now that I'm interviewing and have a connection to me. You know, like I remember that connection, and that connection was coming into my world and getting to know me on a different level. Yeah. And now it's like, nah, we want to know when you took a shit today. Did you boo-boo or you backed up? What's going on with you, man? Okay, so you have a smoothie today, huh? Oh, okay, so... Oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's weird.
And what's up, guys? Nyla Symone here from We Need to Talk. As you know, we drop 2 interviews a week, each and every Monday and each and every Thursday. Brand new exclusive content from your favorite celebrities, influencers, whoever. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything that we have going on. And make sure you guys just share, tell a friend to tell a friend, drop a comment, show your girl some love, all right? People will allow the trauma that happened to them stop their growth as far as like just emotional maturity and how they always use it as a crutch. So they don't have to take accountability for what happened because someone did something to them type of thing. You know, instead of like just being mature, like you said.
Yeah.
So what would you say, like, was there a moment where you're like, all right, even though this happened, I'm going to take accountability? And how did you do it? Because I know you're into... I'm huge on shrooms, and I know you do shrooms, and I know you also tried ayahuasca and stuff like that. And I always encourage people to do that for that type of level of self-reflection. Yeah. But what was it for you?
Well, I have to say, you know, just to give context to those magical things that help you tap in spiritually, you know, mushrooms and ayahuasca, they're spiritual things. They're not like drugs. They don't give you, you know, just an instant. Yeah, you're not. It's not an instantaneous vibe. It's not like, oh, okay, I feel good for 5 hours, and then it's like, you know, I remember tripping on shrooms and just really being, you know, shown myself. And that now that sounds funny, right? Yeah. Like I can actually observe myself outside of myself. Now, if you can do that, that's something, you know, that does that. You know what I'm saying? So wait a minute, what was your question again?
What like, I guess my question was like, was it that helped you?
Oh, okay.
Like take your accountability for yourself? Like that trip of you looking at yourself for yourself, or were you already there prior, like without that?
Yeah, so I've always been someone that takes accountability, you know, even for the relationships, you know, that I've kept or not kept, because we're all a reflection, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're attracted to a person and they end up doing you wrong, you know, you have to ask yourself, okay, what do I need to take from this? What do I need to change? So I've always been a person that has taken responsibility. I'm the big brother. I'm the eldest of all of my siblings. Yeah. So I naturally have a willingness to take accountability. And I think it's a great thing, you know, because it really gives you a great sense of truth where you are and also where you want to be. Because, you know, life is about progression, you know. It's not about staying stuck and staying in one way. And, you know, to speak a little bit to what you said earlier, you know, people like, you know, crutching themselves and not wanting to take accountability. Like, it's so much more worse when you keep doing that for yourself. You know, it's almost like a wound that can fester, and it begins to be something that's just really
PTSD.
It gets wild. It gets wild. So do yourself a favor, you know, and just recognize where you at. It help you appreciate life more. You'll have a, you know, more joyous experience, and, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. Everything is not always perfect. Everything will not always go your way. So that's how I've been able to navigate my journey, is just realizing even some of, you know, of people's, you know, experience or trauma, you know, they project it on you, you know what I'm saying? And you just got to be like, oh, let me step aside.
Man, every day. Yeah. We see it every day, whether it's when interactions with other people or even down to like the blogs that you see, the headlines and stuff. That's nothing but projection. And
for real,
like I am, so like I have a segment on the Breakfast Club. So now on Fridays I collab post with them. But now that I do these collab posts, I'm for the first time seeing negative comments about myself. Right. It's fucking with my head. Like, not where like I feel like away, but when you're just so used to like your community loving on you, and then you tap into another one, it kind of is like oh shit, I didn't know people were this miserable, I guess.
Right. It is pretty whack though.
Yo, it's so bad.
Because you like, wait a minute, why are you throwing that energy my way? I didn't do nothing to
I'm
you.
just trying to do
and
my
it's like,
job.
oh, they taking this out of context. Oh, they don't want to do the due diligence to see what I'm really talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes with it. It comes with it. It comes
Look, you're like, I'm used to that.
Oh yeah, it comes with you. Yeah, it comes with you everywhere you go. Whew. They want to bring it too.
I don't like it. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's why I'm like, yo, I have to, like, commend you because you've been dealing with this since you were a kid to now. Like, and growing with the times, I feel like it only gets worse.
It has. It has. You know, true journalism is like a lost art, you know, where the audience is, you know, really getting to kind of come into your world. And, you know, that's something that, you know, I feel like is really uniquely, you know, in my history as far as, you know, being able to come across people now that I'm interviewing and that have a connection to me, you know, like I remember that connection, and that connection was coming into my world and getting to know me on a different level. Yeah. And now it's like, nah, we want to know when you took a shit today. Did you boo-boo or you backed up? What's going on with you, man? Okay, so you have a smoothie today, huh?
Yo,
okay, so... okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's weird.
I know.
It's very weird, but you know, I hope that human connection as far as journalism and having conversations do come back. And I feel that there is a kind of real, you know, side to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just very popular for people to, you know, just have salacious interviews. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, come on, man.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna? Oh, I was gonna say to your book, Unbothered. Before I get into the music, you know, I've always been like a fan of self-help books, kind of like the Four Agreements, Seven Laws of Spirituality, and I feel like your book kind of falls under that umbrella as well. Yeah. Were you big into reading those? Like, was that the inspo for, you know, you writing your own book? Was that always on your agenda? Like, how did that come about?
Yes. I always, you know, especially when I'm meeting new people, you know what I mean, I always let them know, like, hey, you know the agreements or what? Do you know
really?
For sure. Come on, man. I gotta know.
You can't just be asking people that.
Yeah, come on, where your head at? Okay, what books are you reading? Okay. Are you smart? You know what I'm saying? I definitely always lead with those kind of intellectual conversations just because it will help you, you know, decide and navigate if you really want to invest in someone. And, you know, having fun is one thing, but knowing where someone's head is at is another thing. You know what I mean? So you writing
people off. If you don't read these books,
no,
writing them off.
I don't write you off. I just understand where you at.
Oh, that's true.
You know, I understand where you at. You know, not saying you can't grow, because I'm definitely someone that's like, oh, have you read this? Or you should check this out. You know what I'm saying? Or watch this, you know, this talk. Yeah. You know what I mean? But everybody's at different levels, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that, you know what I mean? And I try my best to honor that, you know, with some tips or some trades. But, you know, you don't want to have to slow down where you are. You want to actually deal with people that inspire you and that be like, oh, I read that, but did you read this? And you're like, now we leveling each other up. You know, that's what I am more attracted to.
Makes sense. Yeah. There's this, I think it's Deepak Chakra, if I'm saying his name right. He has a quote that's, everybody is operating at their own level of consciousness. Yeah. So that is all kind of piggybacking off like one of the Four Agreements. That's what helps me not be mad and take things personal. Yeah. Like, you're just operating at your own level of consciousness.
You don't know.
Some of the vibrations is low.
Oh, yeah.
Some of y'all need to raise your vibrations.
A lot of the vibes is low.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It is what it is. It's so bad out here. And I really do feel like... I don't know. Like, I'm happy to see, like, where you're at just because, just, like, as a black man and just, like, as a staple in our community, you know, we need more people who are that conscious and who are, like, spreading that, I guess, awareness.
Yeah, it's important for us to be inspired, you know, in a lot of ways. You know, when I look back, you know, on, you know, the time when hip-hop was... you know, speaking in more of a conscious. It's like you could kind of look at the times and see how certain things influence certain attitudes and perspectives. And for me, you know, I want to be one of those, artist. I am one of those artists that, wants to amplify positivity, you know what I mean, and what that can do for your life.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that lovely conversation. You already know We Need to Talk for all your exclusive interviews with your favorite artists, celebrities, influencers, etc. Now, if you guys haven't already, make sure you drop a comment. Show me some love. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. I'm open to criticism. And also, please, whatever you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the latest content that drops when it drops.